Welcome back to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
It is Friday, May 14th, and we have another exciting story to share with you from our friends in LCMS Mission Advancement about a gift matching opportunity. Brianne Gerzevske, Assistant Executive Director for LCMS Mission Advancement, in studio with us today. Bri, good morning.
Good morning.
So folks might recognize your voice from another program if you listen to KFUO's podcasts.
Just a little podcast.
What's it called again?
The Lutheran Ladies Lounge.
I couldn't say it. I had to.
We have half of the Lutheran Ladies Lounge in here today.
This is true.
This might
50%.
be a planned takeover of the Coffee Hour.
Not hostile.
We're never hostile.
Never.
So the Lutheran Ladies Lounge, check it out on the KFUO app or the KFUO website. You can find it there. It's a fun story. Okay, Mission Advancement. Mission Advancement. Who is LCMS Mission Advancement, Bri?
So LCMS Mission Advancement would probably be just like what a layperson would describe as like the fundraising arm of Synod. And that's true. Like, we help raise funds for the mission and ministries of the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod. But we like to better bill ourselves as we are a team of individuals who work with the passionate and generous individuals and churches of the LCMS to connect their interests and their affinities and their passions for mission work with the work that we are currently doing in the church. And whether that is supporting it through your time, through volunteering, or by providing a charitable gift monetarily, we are basically the conduit for that, and we're also the advocate for the donor, and we provide accountability and resources with them throughout that entire process.
So let's talk about how the LCMS is funded in like super layman's terms.
Super layman's terms.
What is the overview of how the LCMS is funded?
So I would encourage you to visit the website of lcms.org. We have a bunch of donor accountability and transparency resources that will probably explain this better than I will off the top of my head. But the mission and ministry opportunities that we promote and put in front of people rely heavily upon voluntary charitable contributions, whether it's from a family or a granting organization or a congregation or a business, whether it's a gift designated for a specific missionary, maybe a broader ministry like LCMS World Relief Human Care, maybe a program area like KFUO Radio. Those sort of areas rely heavily upon voluntary charitable contributions. When people choose to support mission and ministry through the LCMS, we like to tell them that I think it's no more than 13% of their gift will be used for like donor care, generating a receipt, having people stand by on the phones if they have questions about their gift. They don't pay for like the president's salary or like, that sort of like administrative stuff. That doesn't happen. So about 86%, if not more, ultimately of somebody's gift will go to all of the different ministries and mission opportunities that we present to them.
Thank you. That's very helpful. Because I think many of us would probably think, okay, I give an offering on Sunday mornings, and then our congregation then supports our district, and then that goes to Synod as well. And so, it's helpful to have that big picture of a lot of these special opportunities that are kind of outside of that regular.
Yeah, I try to, and maybe this is a bad way to describe it, but it's almost like the corporate mission, corporate ministries. Because you're right, I think church offerings is another way in which we are blessed by donor support. But the other sort of another way into showing support is by directly supporting missionaries, ministries, and program areas. And we have a lot of generous Lutherans who do both.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And speaking of generous folks, there is a gift matching opportunity, a dollar-for-dollar gift matching opportunity you shared with us, and I would love to share with our listeners.
There are actually 6 dollar-for-dollar gift match opportunities right now.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
And one of the reasons why I wanted to get this out over the airwaves is that 4 of those match opportunities have a particularly interesting contingency in that this is an opportunity for people who have either never given to Synod missionaries, ministries, or program areas before, or maybe it's been 5 or more years since they supported some sort of mission program area coming out of this building. So for those of you who fall into that category, here are the 4 dollar-for-dollar match opportunities out there for you. So the first opportunity that we have for what I would call donors to be, just sort of like wrap it up into one little phrase here. The first donor to be gift match dollar for dollar is for the Together as Synod fund, also referred to as the unrestricted fund. Gifts to this designation are used where the opportunities truly are the greatest. They are the most agile, the most flexible, and the most cost-effective gifts that somebody can make to the LCMS. They fill critical funding gaps. They support witness and mercy work here in the United States and abroad. They can help support pastoral education efforts. And they also provide operational funding for the organization. There is about $19,000 left in matching funds still available for the unrestricted fund. The second opportunity that we have, and I want to bring up how crucial the flexibility and the agility of a gift are, especially in COVID times, with the Global Mission Fund, which is our second opportunity that is a dollar-for-dollar match. I will talk to you today about Reverend Dr. John Bombaro. He's an international worker in Riga, Latvia, and I believe one of his, I don't know if you guys have had him on the show or not.
Oh, yes,
we have.
Like one of his
super sharp guy.
Yeah, right. So one of his big sort of assignments in Riga, Latvia, is to plant English-speaking congregations, and I know at some point he was working to get an English-speaking seminary set up. Is that correct? Okay, so they were going to do that, and then COVID hit. And so because of the available funds that we have to be flexible and agile, they were able to build a remote seminary, basically. So not only are you getting Latvian seminarians, but you're getting people in, Bulgaria and Italy and Pakistan, like Muslim predominant countries. Dudes are like driving up hills to get cell reception to take these seminary classes in the middle of the night that they had the agility to pivot to because of COVID. So we've reached sort of this much grander audience and seminarian pool because of that agility. I
know we have so many to share. That's a great story.
I love talking about this. Okay. Donor to be opportunity number 3, the LCMS Joint Seminary Fund. This provides operational funding for either of our world-class seminaries at Concordia St. Louis and Concordia Fort Wayne. So you don't have to be hashtag Team St. Louis or hashtag Team Fort Wayne. If you just want to ensure that students are theologically formed and biblically edified to enter into the church work field, it doesn't matter where they go. That is going to be the way to go. There's $24,000 left in that available fund. And then National Mission is the fourth donor-to-be match, and that supports witness and mercy work here in the United States, which supports our LCMS districts and congregations. This is a general fund that basically backs up all of those resources and things like that. There are $24,600 left in matching funds for this opportunity. Now, we have two opportunities that anybody can apply for. One is the Global Seminary Initiative International Student Scholarship Fund. This opportunity allows international students to attend one of our either of our seminaries here in the United States. They receive their advanced degree, they receive their seminary education, and then they go to their home countries to be pastors and church leaders. That is another dollar for dollar. And then finally, a gift to the International Mission General Fund is a gift that will help our Office of International Mission recruit, train, send, fortify, support missionaries, international educators, human care workers, and chaplains. This was a gigantic expression of generosity from one of our donors, and gifts are being matched up to a grand total of $240,000.
Wow.
About $211,000 of those matching funds remain, but anybody who gives to that, whether they want to give once, more than once, those will be matched to $240,000.
Real quick, how do we find the information to give? Oh, my
goodness. Please go to lcms.org/matching gifts, because obviously I didn't do it justice.
Bree Gerzevske, Assistant Executive Director, LCMS Mission Advancement. Thanks so much for joining us on the Coffee Hour and sharing these great opportunities with us.
Thank you.
You've been listening to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
The Coffee Hour with Andy and Sarah is a production of KFUO. To support the Coffee Hour and KFUO Radio, visit KFUO.org. You can also text KFUO to 41444 or send an email to gifts@kfuo.org. And you can call us at 800-844-0524. KFUO. Christ for you, anytime, anywhere.